BMW just did something it hasn't done in over 60 years. The last time this name appeared on a BMW, it changed the entire company forever. Now it's back, wrapped around a brand new electric SUV that just beat almost every luxury EV in America at its own game. Today, we're putting the all-new BMW iX3 against the Cadillac Escalade IQ, two completely different visions of what a future luxury SUV should be. One is small, efficient, and packed with technology nobody's seen before. The other is massive, powerful, and built for American excess. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one actually represents the future, and which one is already falling behind. Stay for number one. It changes how you'll think about luxury EVs in 2027. Welcome to Auto Master Drive, where we bring you the future of cars before they hit the road. If you love future cars, luxury rides, and the latest automotive innovations, make sure to subscribe to Auto Master Drive and turn on notifications. Let's get into it. The price gap that changes everything. Let's start with the number that separates these two completely: price. The 2027 BMW iX3 starts at $75,900. The Cadillac Escalade IQ starts well above $130,000 depending on trim. That's not a small gap, it's a different category of buyer entirely. The iX3 is positioned as an attainable luxury entry point, while the Escalade IQ targets buyers who want the biggest, most commanding electric SUV money can buy in America. So right away, this isn't really a fair fight on paper. But here's why we're comparing them anyway. Both vehicles are being positioned by their brands as the future flagship of electric luxury, just at completely different price points and completely different philosophies. Which philosophy actually wins in 2027? Efficient innovation or maximum American scale? Let's find out, starting with what's under the skin of each vehicle. A name BMW hasn't used since 1962. This is the detail that makes the iX3 genuinely historic. BMW built its reputation in the 1960s on a line of cars called the Neue Klasse, the new class. Vehicles so important they transformed BMW from a struggling manufacturer into a household name. That name has sat unused for over 60 years. Until now. The 2027 iX3 is the first production BMW to wear the Neue Klasse badge since then, and BMW is treating it as nothing less than the foundation for the next era of the entire brand. The Escalade IQ, on the other hand, represents Cadillac doing what Cadillac has always done, taking an iconic, oversized American nameplate and pushing it into the electric era without changing what it fundamentally is. One brand is reinventing itself from the ground up. The other is evolving what already works. Which approach actually matters more to American buyers in 2027? Let's look at what each one can actually do. The number that surprised everyone? Range is where this comparison gets genuinely interesting. The BMW iX3 is now certified to travel up to 433 miles on a single charge, making it the longest range compact luxury SUV in its class by a wide margin. The Cadillac Escalade IQ still leads with an even higher range rating, but it does so with a battery pack more than double the size of the iX3's and a price tag to match. In other words, the iX3 is achieving close to flagship-level range from a smaller, dramatically more efficient package. For a brand that's never been known for efficiency leadership, this is a complete reversal. Cadillac is winning the outright range battle, but BMW is winning the efficiency battle. And in a world where battery materials are getting more expensive, efficiency might matter more in the long run. So which number should actually matter more to you? We'll come back to that. Let's talk about something that might decide this comparison outright: charging. The charging speed gap nobody saw coming. This is where the iX3 pulls dramatically ahead. BMW's new Neue Klasse platform supports charging rates up to 400 kilowatts, the fastest of any electric vehicle currently sold in North America. That means a 10 to 80% charge in as little as 21 minutes, adding roughly 175 miles of range in just 10 minutes at the right charger. The Cadillac Escalade IQ, built on GM's Ultium platform, tops out at 350 kilowatts. Still fast, but noticeably behind BMW's new benchmark, especially when you factor in the Escalade's much larger battery that takes longer to fill regardless. For American road trippers who measure their stops in minutes, not hours, this gap could be the single biggest reason to choose one over the other. Of course, raw charging speed only matters if there's a charger nearby fast enough to use it. So is BMW's technology ahead of America's charging infrastructure? let's look at what's happening inside each cabin. Two completely different visions of luxury. Step inside the iX3 and you'll find BMW's boldest interior redesign in decades. A 17.9-inch parallelogram touchscreen, a thin panoramic display stretching from pillar to pillar, and the new Panoramic iDrive system replacing BMW's old control puck entirely. It's futuristic, minimalist, and built around the idea that the dashboard itself becomes one continuous display. The Escalade IQ takes the opposite approach. Three massive curved OLED screens spanning 55 inches combined, designed for sheer scale and presence rather than minimalism. One cabin whispers efficiency and restraint. The other shouts American luxury at full volume. For 2027 buyers, this might be the most personal decision in the entire comparison, because both approaches represent a real vision of where luxury interiors are headed, just pointed in opposite directions. Which vision matches where you think luxury is actually going? That brings us to the back half of this list, where we settle which SUV actually deserves to be called the future. Small but seriously quick fool you when it comes to performance. The BMW iX3 xDrive produces 463 horsepower and 476 pound-feet of torque from its dual-motor setup, launching to 60 miles per hour in roughly 4.7 seconds. The Cadillac Escalade IQ, despite weighing significantly more, still manages strong acceleration thanks to its dual-motor electric powertrain and a battery pack built for both range and power delivery. In a straight-line sprint, the Escalade IQ's extra power output can edge ahead, but the iX3 feels noticeably sharper and more agile thanks to its smaller size and BMW's new Heart of Joy driving dynamic system, which coordinates the powertrain, chassis, and traction control in real time. So if raw power is what you're after, Cadillac still has the edge. But if you want a luxury SUV that actually feels alive in your hands, BMW's smaller package might surprise you. Let's talk about where each of these vehicles is actually built to be driven. Built for different Americas. This is where the two philosophies show up most clearly. The Escalade IQ is built for the classic American luxury SUV use case: long highway cruising, towing, hauling family and gear across states, with a presence that commands attention in any driveway or parking lot. The BMW iX3, despite its compact luxury positioning, is engineered as a daily driver first, a vehicle meant to navigate cities, suburban errands, and moderate road trips with maximum efficiency rather than maximum capability. Neither vehicle is trying to be an off-roader, but they're solving two completely different American lifestyles. If you need a vehicle that can tow a boat, fill up with passengers, and still feel substantial on the highway, the Escalade IQ wins easily. If you want something that fits in a city parking spot, sips energy efficiently, and still feels genuinely luxurious, the iX3 takes that category. So which lifestyle actually represents where more American buyers are heading in 2027? That brings us to a number that might answer this for you directly. The battery strategy behind the numbers. Here's the strategic detail most reviews are missing. The BMW iX3 achieves its impressive 433-mile range from a 108.7 kilowatt-hour battery pack, a remarkably efficient ratio of range to battery size. The Cadillac Escalade IQ uses a battery pack more than double that capacity to achieve its higher outright range figure. That means BMW is extracting significantly more miles per kilowatt-hour than Cadillac is, a critical efficiency advantage as raw materials and battery costs continue shaping the economics of EV manufacturing heading into 2027 and beyond. For BMW, this is the entire point of the Neue Klasse platform. Prove that smaller, smarter battery engineering can match or approach the range of vehicles using dramatically larger packs. If that strategy scales across BMW's full lineup the way the company is promising, the implications go far beyond just this one comparison. Let's look at the technology that's powering this shift. The technology race that favors BMW. This is the category where BMW's six-decade gamble truly pays off. The iX3's Panoramic iDrive system, combined with its software-defined electronic architecture, represents one of the most advanced infotainment and vehicle control setups currently available in any production EV. Every system in the car, from climate to driving dynamics to charging management, runs through unified, over-the-air updatable software, meaning the iX3 can genuinely improve after you buy it, the same way Tesla owners have come to expect. The Escalade IQ's triple OLED display setup is undeniably impressive and immersive, but it's built on GM's existing Ultium software architecture rather than a completely reimagined platform. BMW built the iX3's entire technology stack from scratch specifically for this electric future. Cadillac adapted a proven, capable system to fit an electric powertrain. One is a clean sheet redesign. The other is masterful evolution. Which approach do you think actually wins the next decade of luxury EVs? That brings us to the verdict.
The future just changed, and here's why. Here's the answer we promised you at the start. The Cadillac Escalade IQ remains the undisputed champion if you want the biggest, most powerful, most commanding electric SUV America currently builds. More range in absolute terms, more space, more raw presence. But the BMW iX3 represents something more significant for the future of the entire industry. Proof that you don't need a massive, expensive battery pack to deliver flagship-level range, blistering charge speeds, and genuinely next-generation technology. It's already been named World Car of the Year and World Electric Vehicle of the Year for 2026, recognition that doesn't happen by accident. When an entire industry is racing to build bigger batteries and bigger SUVs, BMW just proved the smarter path forward might be the opposite. Build smaller, build smarter, and let efficiency do the heavy lifting. If this Neue Klasse platform rolls out across BMW's full lineup the way the company has promised over the next several years, 2027 may be remembered as the year the entire luxury EV conversation changed direction. So tell us, does the future belong to bigger batteries or smarter engineering? Drop your verdict in the comments below.
If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, and join the Automaster Drive community as we continue driving the future of cars together.